Chief Engineer's Log, Stardate 55409.2. Lieutenant FOERTSCH and I are returning from an away mission on Milena 4, where we have been assisting in the construction of a new colony. Joining us for the return journey is the Excelsior's new tactical officer, Lieutenant Luco. FOERTSCH, what's our ETA?
We should reach the rendezvous point in about 6 hours. Given a fair wind and no ion storms.
Too long by half if you ask me. But if I get a good night's sleep before my next duty shift, I won't complain.
I haven't roughed it like this since I was in the Maquis. With Ticonderoga, it only took me as far as Starbase 231, so I had to hitch a ride with a trader bound for Dorvan 4. You need a little persuading to take me on to Milena, but you'd be surprised at how far a good bottle of blood wine will get you. As soon as my feet touch the deck, I'm after only 3 things: a sonic shower, a change of clothes, and a decent meal.
Oh, I could use a shower myself. New colonies are great from an engineering point of view, but I do miss my creature comforts. Come to think of it, I think I'm going to get a nice juicy steak out of the replicator. I've had enough combat rations to last me a lifetime.
You read my mind, Commander.
Well, maybe if you've got another bottle of that blood wine, I can show you the best pan-fried steak this side of the Beta Quadrant.
I'm going to need at least an hour after we dock to report in. I have to find my quarters, and then I got to scrub up and go through personnel files, readiness reports, tactical logs. Shall we say 2,100 hours?
It sounds good to me. Oh, but I'm so tired right now I could sleep through a quantum torpedo barrage. Perhaps another time?
Getting to distress call, Commander. Bearing 137 Mark IV, distance approximately 0.26 light years. The baffle plate on the main drive has just ruptured. Most of their systems are offline. Life support failure is imminent.
Inform them we're on our way and laying a course to rendezvous. Best possible speed. Luco, are there any other ships in the area?
Negative, Commander. And nothing's coming up on long-range sensors. Looks like we're the cavalry on this one.
Send a message to DS-12 on the emergency channel. Inform them of our situation and request immediate assistance.
Chief, Excelsior is on her way. ETA, 90 minutes.
Head aft and get the rescue gear out of storage.
We're coming up on the vessel, Commander.
Slowing to half impulse. What kind of shape are they in?
Scanning now. There's a lot of secondary radiation. Nothing lethal, but it's interfering with our targeting sensors.
Life signs?
Uncertain. Possibly 12. The radiation seems to be causing interference with our targeting scanners. But I found a relatively clear spot in the starboard cargo bay.
Good work. We use that as an evac station. You'd better let them know we're coming.
No response to hails. Lieutenant, this is a rescue mission. These people have a ruptured baffle plate. Not a Klingon boarding party.
All right, let's go. Where is everybody?
Chief, something's blocking my scans. I can't locate the crew.
Radiation?
I don't think so. If there's radiation, I'd at least be able to see something. This looks like deliberate jamming.
Set your phaser to stun. Let's see if this crate has a transporter room.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't permit that, Commander Leffler.
Captain's Log, Stardate 55409.4. The Excelsior has recently undergone a crew rotation. While I've gained more experienced officers, several of the senior staff have received new assignments.
60 minutes to go, Brad. Are you getting nervous yet?
Not in the slightest. It'll be a nice change from hailing frequencies open, Captain, all the time.
I'm glad you're not replacing McFarlane. I don't think the Academy simulators will ever forget your piloting. Stick to operations. I'll live longer.
Any idea what the new Chief of Security's like?
Nope. I'm more interested in how Wesley's getting on. I envy him so much, I'd give everything up in half a heartbeat just to be part of the quantum slipstream research.
That project's just another transwarp drive. Bet you a week on Rise that doesn't go anywhere.
Deal. With the data Voyager brought back, I'd be surprised if it took more than a year. Ryza, here I come.
Yellow alert. Senior staff report to the briefing room.
Well, Starfleet's finest. One distress call and they come running. But not alone, I'll bet. Verena, initiate phase 2. I've gone to such great lengths to secure your services. I'd be remiss in leaving anything for your comrades to find. Secure them both in the portside hold, and if they give you any trouble, be imaginative. Yes.
We've got the other one, my love. But there's bad news. It appears they sent an emergency message to the local starbase. Company is on its way. One Galaxy-class dreadnought. She's due in about an hour.
As was anticipated. Erase the logs as scheduled. We'll get underway when you return.
I'm afraid Biggs won't be coming back. He missed a clean shot. I had to discipline him. His worthless carcass is beyond identification. I'll be back shortly. Out. Well, what do we have here? I found something on their ship. I thought you might like it as a souvenir. Mason analyzed it. It seems their pilot got wind of our scheme and left a copy of the sensor data for his friends.
Your thoroughness attracts me in so many ways. To the Zelania system, Mr. Escobar. Don't spare the engines. We want to be halfway there before anyone knows our guests are missing.
The Warp 7 will take us about 5 hours. Any faster and it'll look suspicious.
Then snap to it. And mask the ion trail. The last thing we need is a Galaxy-class dreadnought on our tail. Before we're ready for them.
Captain, I've got the runabout in sensor range, but I'm not picking up any signs of a vessel in distress. No response to our hails.
Sensors report no other vessels in range. No debris and no escape pods.
And the runabout?
No life signs, sir.
McFarlane, all stop. Mr. Rollins, have the runabout brought to the main shuttle bay. Ensign Rowe, I want a complete forensic analysis of that ship from bow to stern. Have someone from engineering meet you down there and report back to me in an hour. Commander, you have the bridge.
Hey! Can you hear me out there? We need a med kit. This man is seriously injured. Are you even listening to me, damn it? It's about damn time.
Look, if you want this, you're going to have to shut up. What are you, communications officer or something? I bet they can hear you halfway to Vulcan. No tricks. I'm watching you.
How is he?
Well, I'm not Dr. Hangler, but I think I can patch him up. Hand me that hypo spray.
I finished my sweep of the runabout, sir. The logs were deliberately wiped, but the engineering staff is trying to reconstruct them, and Thalak is still down there.
Do we have anything to go on?
Not really. A couple of fragments from the transporter log indicate a recent beam out. On top of that, some of the rescue gear has been removed from the lockers.
Was there any sign of a struggle?
Thalak and I believe there may have been a firefight aboard. I found a disruptor burn in the maid cabin. And with a 90-minute lead, they could be anywhere. Also, there's a body. Burned beyond recognition. Dr. Anderson is trying to run a DNA profile.
See if you can find anything else, Ensign. I'll speak to Starfleet about setting up a search and rescue operation. Ask Commander Shelby to step in here. Dismissed.
So how are you feeling?
Like I just went 10 rounds with a Hirogen.
The Hirogen? Never heard of that species.
Never mind, but trust me, you wouldn't want to tangle with one.
Where'd you find them?
I was on Voyager.
I was on Voyager. I fought in the Dominion War. My daddy was a starship captain. You Starfleet people think you're one big happy family, don't you? Well, where are they now when you need them?
On their way to clean your chronometer.
I'm wearing a beryllium patch.
I trust you've recovered from your altercation with my associate. Unfortunately, we don't have a medic on board. The Orion Syndicate didn't feel the need for one.
And what might the Orion Syndicate need us for?
The Syndicate has a great deal of experience in many kinds of business, but when it comes to starships, they're woefully inadequate. Especially Federation starships. Other than their tendency to disrupt our business, we don't know much about them.
If it's starships they want, they can buy one from the Ferengi.
It all depends on what you're looking for. Last month, a rather delicate transaction was interrupted by the untimely arrival of a Klingon battle group. A loss, you might say, and you'd be right. But not entirely. Not after what we accidentally found, what we call our new toy. Report.
Sir, the wreckage has been sighted. She's adrift off the port bow. Smitty's bringing us alongside now.
My dear, if you would, bring the external sensors online and show our guests why we've brought them so far.
The Maverick? She disappeared with all hands 3 years ago.
Indeed, I gather that the Maverick was assigned to patrol this area of space during the Dominion War. Her logs show a small group of Dominion ships detected entering the Briar Patch, and herself changing course to intercept. Unfortunately, the Dominion were merely guests, and their host did not take too kindly to a Starfleet vessel witnessing the rendezvous.
Of course. The sonar was the only source of picture cell white in the Alpha Quadrant.
Well done, my dear. Such a waste you go to in the Federation. There was a brief exchange of fire. The ship's engines crippled, the crew quickly overcome. The sonar claimed jurisdiction over the Dominion. They had plans for the survivors.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
When the sonar sent you down for a long stretch, they aren't talking about 20 years on a penal colony.
You didn't bring us all this way just to show us your home movies.
Indeed not. The wreck of the Maverick contains something of great interest to my employers, more valuable than latinum. and yet Starfleet regards it solely as a waste product. Your expertise is required in order to safely recover it. After all, we are dealing with, well, the most dangerous substance known in 3 quadrants.
You're crazy! The Ryan Syndicate would never deal in trilithium. It's outlawed in the alpha and beta quadrants.
It's surprising how many governments will turn a blind eye. Trilithium weapons can be very useful in a make a big bang sort of way. And then it's utterly useless until refined from resin. This vessel is registered as a hazardous waste carrier. We're simply transporting it to be processed.
In other words, you're just a petty thief. Who is pulling the strings?
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
If you think I'm going to salvage even a single molecule of trilithium resin, you're wrong. I'd sooner kiss a rutting targ.
I'm sure that can be arranged.
Then I'm afraid you leave me no other choice.
No! Lie still, Lieutenant. I'll have you patched up in a moment.
Don't lie to me, Chief. I'm an engineer. I know when things are broken.
Damn it, Toby, hold on! I'll get you back to DS-12 in one piece, and Dr. Hangler and I'll have you as good as new and back to work tomorrow.
I love you, Herman.
Commander, take a look at this.
Shelby to Knapp.
Go ahead, Commander.
Captain, our sensors are picking up a subspace pulse in Sector 228.
Decode and route the signal here.
Security clearance. Theta 32. Delta 12. Alpha. Enable. Captain. This is White Knight. Your crew's in grave danger. Their coordinates are encoded in this message with my report to Starfleet. The USS Maverick is not lost, and the Orion's plan to salvage her. Hurry! You don't have much time left to save your crew or the Maverick. White Knight out.
McFarland, laying a course for Sector 228, maximum warp.
Course laid in.
Commander, man the tactical station. We might need some heavy firepower. Helm, engage.
There was nothing you could have done for him. Now is the time for rational thought, pragmatic thought. Give in to the inevitable, or have your companions suffer the consequences. You, put that down before someone gets hurt. Good. Now then, the agreement will be thus. You will assist me in recovering the trilithium resin, and then you and your friend will go free. Verena, escort our guest to the transporter bay and keep a good look on her, for her own safety.
Hey, Scobie, hold this joker down. I owe him one, and I always pay my debts.
You now have 51 minutes to complete your salvage, and I'll remind you, my dear, if you should try anything slippery, your wounded friend will quickly find himself beyond the need for medical attention.
Now approaching sector 228, sir. Sensors reading 2 vessels dead ahead.
Steady as she goes, Helm. Commander, sound battle stations and ready phasers.
Captain, I strongly advise against using phasers. The other vessels are situated in a dense pocket of Metreon gas. One shot could ignite it. Our shields could take the blow, but the other ships would be destroyed.
Your advice is noted, Ensign. Commander, stand down weapons and assemble a boarding party in Transporter Room 2.
Aye, sir.
We had a deal, damn it!
Now. There's no need to become overly emotional. Your friend simply showed up earlier than anticipated. And I've sent you your colleague. I kept my promise, and I've sent you something else. A little extra, a parting gift. My one regret is that our working relationship is going to end so abruptly. I had really begun to enjoy working with you. You have spirit. And who knows, mayhap our paths will cross alone. If you survive the next 5 minutes, anything is possible.
Pursuit course, best speed.
I'm picking up 2 life signs aboard the derelict. Both human, but there's a transporter jamming field in place.
Sir, there's an energy field in the derelict's engine room. It's a fusion bomb. I estimate 2 minutes to detonation.
McFarland, break off pursuit and get within transporter range. Bridge to transporter room. Lock onto those life signs and beam them directly to sickbay.
Coming into range.
"30 seconds, Captain."
Transporter room, do you have them yet?
Not yet, Captain. The inhibitor field is still up. I can't break through it.
If you have any tricks up your sleeve, I suggest you use them in the next 20 seconds.
Captain, the field has collapsed.
12, 11, 10.
I've got them.
Captain, we're clear to jump to warp.
Go! How are they?
Commander Loeffler is shaken but fine. Mr. Lugo needs immediate surgery. Dr. Hengler is scrubbing up now.
You are a very fine person, Mr. Baggins, and I am very fond of you, but you're only quite a little fellow in a wide world after all. Thank goodness, said Bilbo, laughing, and handed him the tobacco jar.
Hi, Robin. I noticed you've been down here for hours, and I thought maybe you'd like some company. Coffee?
Oh, I'd love some. For an idyllic planet, it sure does get cold in the evening. gone out with him on one great evening.
They all have regrets. The road not taken always seems so appealing in hindsight. I often used to wish that I hadn't broken things off with Mac.
And since you left the Excalibur, hardly a day goes by that you're not swapping subspace messages.
Leffler's Law number 103. A couple light years can't keep good friends apart.
Thanks. I think I'm going to turn in now.
If you need anything at all, come by anytime.
Left with your shuttle. One to beam up.
In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. He was a fine hobbit and wasn't adventurous at all.